Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer, practicing law out of our offices in San Diego, St. Louis, and Washington, D.C. I hope you all are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. This is episode number 281 of the Immigration Answer Show. We are trucking towards 300. Thank you for being here. I'll be here for the full hour, answering as many of your immigration law-related questions as I can. Huli, my good friend, is here, and she is on the boards, checking the comments. She'll make sure that I stay on track and that people have the link they need to get into the waiting room. If you want to ask me a question, I don't usually answer questions from the chat simply because the flow in there is too much, and it's much more fun talking to live people in the waiting room. Remember, if you're in the waiting room, to be on camera so I know that you're there. It just makes it easier for me to know who to pull up. Let's see. What did I do this weekend? Well, my sons came home from college for a week, so that was fun. Last night we saw the new Black Panther movie, but about 20 minutes in, I fell asleep. And I've been getting up too early to work out, so I haven't been sleeping all that well. I'll have to sneak back in to go see it. We're going to see the Knives Out sequel on Friday, so I'm gonna have to take a nap or something. I guess I'm getting old. When Dad starts falling asleep at the movie theater, that's when you know you need to start worrying. But it was fun being with them, fun having the older boys. I'm not used to all the noise in the house. I'm used to it being a little quieter. So I was like, oh, plus there's a bunch of junk food in the house. So other than that, it's great having them there. It's great talking to them and seeing them. And it was the first time all six of us were in the house together since like 3 days in June or something. So it's nice to have everybody together. Let's go ahead and get this party started. The first person I'm going to call in today is Jay. Hi, Jay.
Hello, how are you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll just ask a question. So
Yeah.
I'm currently I have 10 years green card. I have applied for my citizenship back in January this year, and I had an interview in May, and on the interview I didn't have insufficient evidence, so they asked me to resubmit some of the evidence, and after that I got denied for my citizenship, and then on the denial notification I was able to file the M336. So I have filed that, and then I have that appointments coming in December 1st.
So, what did they ask for in the request for evidence?
Well, they were asking me for proof of my marriage.
Okay.
Since the submission sufficient documentation is next. Yeah, that they wanted me to prove that I was living with my spouse.
Got it. So you applied on the 3-year rule?
Yes.
And let me just back up a little bit. What country are you from?
South Korea.
And when did you come to the United States?
Back in 2007.
And then when did you get married?
I think it was 2015 or 14 around there.
When you got married, were you in status or were you out of status?
I was out of status.
Okay. And then so which field office did your initial interview for your 2-year green card?
No, I have got the 10 years green card.
Did you ever have a 2-year green card?
No, I never had. Because I married for 3 years and then I filed the green cards.
Why did you wait so long to file?
I don't know. I just it was me and my spouse were taking a little bit of time to apply.
Okay. And then hold on one second.
Sure.
All right, no problem. So that's good television right there. Let's see. Okay, so when did you get your 10-year green card? You got it in, I guess, in
2019 April.
Okay, and then what? Before they sent you the request for evidence, after the interview, right?
Yes.
What happened at the interview itself? Like, how did it come up that you may or may not have been
Well,
living
on
time with
one
your
of those
spouse?
documents that I got, like for the interview, saying like, oh, you were supposed to appear at this time at these dates, and in the bottom of it, they were telling me like, oh, you should bring this kind of documents and stuff. But then they didn't say anything about like proof of any marriage, like such as uh, like tax returns or mortgages, lease, and bank statements and stuff. So I didn't bring any of those evidence.
And speaking of things you didn't bring, did you bring your spouse?
No, I didn't.
And did you bring an attorney?
No, I didn't either. That
Okay,
was my
so
mistake.
let's look at this. You know, I'm no fan of USCIS, but let's look at this from their perspective. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we have a guy who entered the United States in 2007
Mm-hmm.
and was out of status when he got married in 2014 or 2015. Then
Mm-hmm.
he waits 3 years to file. And then did the officer ask you why you waited 3 years to file, or did that not come up?
No, it didn't come up.
When you had your green card interview with your spouse, did they separate you?
No, we were in the same room.
Okay. All right. So I have this guy. He was out of status for 8 years. Then he applied based on marriage. So just so you know, when you apply out of status, that's a fraud indicator right there. Like that starts the officer thinking, boy, this person's out of status. They might have paid someone to get married so that they could get a green card. So that sort of starts things off on the wrong foot.
Okay.
Then the person didn't bring their spouse to the interview. So that's bad because most spouses
Mhm.
care if their spouse gets a citizenship or not.
Of course, yes.
And then they didn't bring any marital evidence, even though we told them to. And then, of course, there's that rule change that happened under Trump, which is that we're going to change the way we interpret the 3-year rule that you have to have lived together for 3 years in
Mm-hmm.
marital harmony. So of the 3 years, how much time did you actually live together?
Four
The 3
full
year.
3.
Okay, so for the last 3 years before you applied for citizenship, everything was cool with your spouse. You stayed in the same house. You lived together all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you just didn't bring. And so when they sent you the request for evidence, what did you submit?
I have submitted like a little bit of bank statement, but then I wasn't be able to. I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't give them the proper documents when they asked me for it.
So you didn't give them much, fair to say.
No, I did not.
Okay, so this thing was doomed to be denied. Okay, so what's the question now?
So after that, I got denied, and then they asked me to submit
Oh, the
N336.
N336.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay,
And then
so
I watched
ahead.
your video, some of your videos, and then you're saying it's sometimes it's better to just refile the N400 instead of N336.
Well, see, with an N336, you're saying that they did something wrong.
Right.
You're saying they did something wrong. Now, I mean, you already went ahead and paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and you said
It was because on the denial notice they say, oh, if you believe that you can overcome the grounds for this denial, you may submit a request for N336. So I thought that was only my options to.
I gotcha. So we've had a fair number. So generally, an N336 is because USCIS made a mistake, but
Exactly.
But you can also use an N336 to fix situations where you didn't give them enough evidence. So a lot of times they'll ask for criminal records and somebody won't hire us. They'll go out and do it on their own and they get denied. And then we file an N336 and we submit a bunch of evidence. So in your case, if you had come to me the day of your denial of your N400, I would have said, hey, Jay, let's refile. Let's just do this the right way. Let's get lots of marital evidence. Because now you're sort of under the clock. Now you've got basically 10 days to get all this evidence together.
The thing is,
yeah.
Oh, okay. The thing is, like when I applied for N336, they were asking me to submit some of the documents. So I have, I got all the statements from bank since like 2018, 17 that me and my spouse has both name on it. And then we got the tax returns, IRS tax return information from back in 2018, and like some of other insurance policies that has both name on it. So I
Yeah,
uploaded all the
that's
papers.
all. That's all good, but you need more than that. What's the living arrangement? Do you rent? Do you own? What's the deal?
Yeah, we're renting.
Okay, and you both have been on the lease for all 3 years.
No, it's only her name is on it.
Why?
I don't know.
That's not helpful at all.
Right.
That hurts your case because now what happens is they go out and knock on your door,
Hmm.
or they knock on your landlord's door and say, "Hey, Mrs. J, who lives here?" And the landlord's gonna say, "I don't know any J. I only know her. I've never seen J around."
Right. Hmm.
And then you're a liar and you've filed a false fraudulent naturalization case. I think it's a close call. I mean, first of all, I don't think you should go to this interview without a lawyer on December 1st. Number two, you got to bring your spouse with you.
Okay.
And number three, I think your question about whether you should dismiss it and refile is a good one. I just don't know. I
Right.
think maybe it seems a bit of a mess. I think you probably need some help building a stronger case. I think it's doable. Again, tell me which field office this is.
For the interview, it was in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
and then I moved to Kansas, so it's going to be in Kansasville.
Okay, Kansas City.
Hmm.
And your spouse moved with you?
Yes,
Okay, so if I'm an office, when did you move?
in June this year.
So if I'm an officer, I mean, so my question is, okay, Jay, let's just say that your reason why the wife is the only person on the lease is because she's always been on the lease and we just never got around to adding me to the lease, okay?
Right.
But
Because
then
the
when you
previous
move,
rent was
right, when you move in June though, are you on the one in June?
What do you mean?
Yeah, so you and she moved from Los Angeles to Kansas City in June, right?
Yes.
And you signed a new lease with a new landlord, right?
Yes.
Are both your names on that June lease?
No.
Yeah, dude, that's totally sus. Why not?
I didn't think about that.
Oh my God, you're killing me, Jay.
I know.
You're killing me. Well, I think you should call our office, schedule a meeting with you and your spouse so we can, I mean, let her watch this, but I think you need help putting together. I think I would dismiss this N336, get all your ducks in a row, then file a new N400 case. That's what I would do.
Okay.
All right.
So how do I dismiss this? Just don't show up on that?
No, don't do that. I would send them a copy of send them two things: the receipt notice and the interview notice for the N336, and say, "Hey, I filed this N336. It was assigned case number, whatever it is," and then say, "I wish to withdraw this application at this time, and I will not be showing up for my interview." You send it to USCIS. And you send it to the Kansas City field office. If you hire us, we can do that for you as part of the whole thing.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Is there any number that I can call or
contact? Yeah. Have you called our office before or no?
I've called the St. Louis office this morning.
Yeah. Okay. Julio will track you down, but yeah, you can send us an email, info@hackinglawpractice.com.
info@hackinglawpractice.com.
Hackinglawpractice.com.
Practice.com.
Hackinglawpractice.com. And I think this note here is, bro, you need to take this seriously. They will come at you with everything, Jay. I think that's right. I think that's right. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Of course. Bye, Jay. All right. That was Jay. Julio, if you could try to track Jay down, that would be helpful. Yeah, I think I wouldn't say Jay wasn't taking it seriously enough, but I think that's right. That they will come after him, and that's the kind of case they'd like to screw with people on. And the bad thing is, it's an approvable case. They've lived together the whole time. They just haven't done a good job of putting the case together. And that's what we're talking about when I say putting a case together, like, assuming the worst and then fighting from there. Hi, Jacob.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for the services that you've done.
Sure. What's up?
I had a question regarding an N600 case.
Okay.
The gist of it is that the parent, the mother, became a U.S. citizen, and the child is below 18 and she's 17. She has acquired the derivative citizenship and she's going to file. However, on the N600, I'm having a difficult time because it's my family member. It's like my mom. I'm having a difficult time whether applicant or is the mother who's the applicant, because the way I know it is that children above 14 are the ones who are the applicants.
Hold on, Jacob. The audio shorted out for a minute. Can you say that again? Last thing I heard you say was you were having a hard time filling out the N600 for this family member.
Okay, so this is like my mom and my sister that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I think that the children who are above 14, the way I know it is that they should be the applicant on the N600, and the parent should be the preparer, because on Part 8 it says sign, the applicant should sign. So my question is the child the applicant or is the parent the applicant?
Yeah, the child is the applicant.
And the parent signs anywhere, or the parent doesn't sign anywhere?
Parent doesn't sign. And
the child in this case is 17 years old.
Right.
It's a minor technically, but it's still like it's mature enough to fill out forms. Right. If the child is filling out a fee waiver, an I-912, is the child's documents and the child's data that should be on that.
Why are you submitting a fee waiver? That's just going to slow it down and make it more complicated.
Well, it's kind of expensive, to be honest.
It is expensive, but you should pay it.
You suggest that we pay it?
I do. If you can afford it.
Is there any downsides in filing the fee waiver, or
Yeah, I think they give you more trouble and they make it harder to receipt. You should try. You can try for sure, but a lot of times I think that it just makes things more complicated and more of a hassle.
I see. And lastly, should there be tax forms on that application as supporting documents?
Well, you have to document why the person is entitled to a fee waiver. So I don't know if every kid is per se eligible for a fee waiver because they don't work, but I mean, I suppose you could try it.
No, I mean, like federal taxes showing that the child is dependent on the parent.
Yeah.
Should they be filed as supporting documents?
I don't know, because I don't file fee waivers. But what I'm saying is probably so, because you have the burden of showing that you're entitled to the fee waiver.
Oh, okay. I see. All right. Thank you very much, Jim. Have
Bye,
a great
Jacob.
day, and thank you for your services.
See you, buddy. All right. That was Jacob. And first we had Jay. And now we'll have Mohammed. Mohammed. Hi, Mohammed.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I just came in today just to give you an update. We have talked like a month ago. I told you that I'm going for interview on November 7th. Surprisingly, in 2012, even though out of 3 years, I spent like almost 11 months and a half outside. And before that was like almost 5 months and a half. So it went very well. Surprisingly, they did not ask me any question about my application, which is weird. They just asked me the civics questions and just to confirm my information. And then they made me sign it and they told me that I'm good to go.
Have you had your ceremony?
No, not yet. They said they will. I just checked the USCIS, my account, and it says that they will schedule it soon. I'm in line.
Okay,
for
good.
that.
That's great.
Yeah, just wanted to give you an update because everything went so fast. Like I applied on June 6th. I got biometrics appointment by July 8th after 2 days. Then I got it scheduled for July 26th. Then I got my interview letter on October 3rd, and I got the interview done on November 7th. So it was so fast. And honestly, I was scared because, you know, staying for out of states for more than 6 months, but it went on very well.
Was that during COVID, I guess?
Yeah, but they didn't ask me anything about it. I just put some letters from the American embassy saying that there are no flights between the two countries. but they did not really ask me anything, not even dates, not even where I lived, addresses, not
That's
any
great.
single question.
Which field office?
Atlanta.
All right, Mohammed. Well, congratulations. Let us know when you nats. Okay. Thanks, bud.
Thank you. Just wanted to update you.
I appreciate
Okay.
it. See you.
Bye.
All right. Always like to hear good news like Mohammed has, getting his citizenship squared away. That's good stuff. Let's say hi to Shashank. Hi, Shashank.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
So, Jim, my priority date is May 8th, 2012, EB2, India. I switched jobs in 2020, October, and the new company started my whole process again. So, I think I was current almost till September of 2022. But now EB2 India has retrogressed back to October 11th. And but I'm current under EB3. So I have a call with my company's attorney today to explore my options. So I was looking through your videos, understanding the refile versus interfile. And I wanted to take your quick take on what do you recommend doing, just waiting till January bulletin and then taking a call, or going ahead and either refiling or interfiling?
So I think that's hard advice for me to give without looking everything over. I just would want to do the whole timeline. I'd want to see all the paperwork. I'm not a big fan, especially if you're getting really close, of tinkering around with it. I would probably be inclined just to wait a little longer, but I'd want to look at everything before I said one way or the other.
Okay. Okay. So if I have to reach out to you, I call that number or email it.
The only time people should call our office is if they want to hire us. So I don't I don't do that ordinarily unless someone is hiring us, and there's not a real role for us because the employer's the one filing. So I think you're sort of on your own with the lawyer you got.
Yeah, so I suspect that they're going to tell me, because they represent interest of my company, they're going to say that they don't want to spend money. And so most probably I am going to hire some lawyer outside lawyer to help me, because I've waited patiently.
To do what though?
Either refile under EB3 or...
But when the employer has to file that.
Oh, the outside lawyer cannot.
I mean, outside lawyer could, but the employee can't pay for it. The employer has to pay for it. So the employer is going to pick their own lawyer.
Okay. All right. Sounds
Thanks,
good.
Shashank.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. All right. Let's say hi to Roman. Hi, Roman.
Yes. Hello, Jim. So my question is to ask you that question. I need to describe my situation, my mistakes. Can you hear me?
I'm ready. I'm ready to go, Roman.
Yeah. And so, first of all, under persecution in my home country, the persecution starts on May 2016. Then I made a fraudulent passport, and applied for a tourist visa in U.S. Embassy in my home country, and I lied there.
Okay.
Regarding my, how to say it, person, who I am.
Your identity.
Yeah, my identity. Yeah, right word. After that, persecution continued. After that, I went during that persecution. Under that persecution, I flew to Guam, so U.S. territory, with that fraudulent document with my family. My family members, wife and son, they had real documents. And I was there for 2 weeks in March 2017. and I get back. I wanted to apply for asylum, but I changed my mind and get back to my home country where persecution proceeds. After that, in 2018, I arrived in American-Mexico border and asked for asylum, and I didn't lie anymore. I provide them with my internal passport of my home country. We have two passports: passport for traveling and internal passport. So, because I have only fake travel passport and real internal passport, I provide them with the real passport. I showed them the real passport, and they said, "Oh, you have already been to the US. We can see it by your fingerprints, but with another name." I said, "Yes, I admit that." They gave me humanitarian parole and let me in. After that, I lost in 2019, October 2019, I lost the asylum hearing in the USCIS office, and they filed my case to the immigration court. In this August of this year, I won that asylum case, where asylum has been granted to me. And I honestly, frankly, described all the situation, why I had to lie them in my home country, why I traveled to Guam and wanted to apply for asylum, but why I changed my mind during that time. And so I was honest, absolutely, here in the US. And I entered the US this time absolutely honestly, absolutely legally. So I'm going to apply, as you understand, soon for adjustment of status. So I think there are going to be some problems with my previous line. Yes, is that right?
Well, that's a good question. They could certainly give you trouble for adjustment. Yeah, I think that's possible. I mean, I think you're going to have to be super careful when you apply for your green card, because there's lots of little questions on there that you're going to have to be very careful how you answer. Because, like, have you ever lied to a U.S. government official? Have you ever used any documents that were false, fraudulent, or misleading? Have you ever, not followed the law or any of those things? I think there's going to be trouble. Yeah.
So I need to honestly answer to all those questions on I forgot the number of the form, 485. Yes.
Right.
And so I should honestly say that I lied to
Roman.
Yes.
I think you need to have a lawyer file your green card case. I think you're gonna have a hard time.
I see, and I thought about the same, but the question is, can they give green cards only for my family because they didn't lie, and to refuse to give the green card to me?
That's all possible. Sure.
So if I'll hire you, we'll apply it, and we are not going to kind of describe that situation, that excuses. We will describe them only if they will request our fee. Correct?
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? You're going to have to? No. We would include an explanation for all of it as we submitted the form.
Initially. Not waiting for to request it, the explanation.
Not on something like this.
I see. I see. But and it doesn't matter that all of those questions, why I did some wrong things, they already been considered at the immigration judge court hearing. It doesn't matter that they are already been considered.
This Roman, this is a really good question that I should know the answer to. I don't know the answer to the question. Generally, my understanding is they forgive a whole lot when you come through asylum, and that stays forgiven. So I think you're okay, but I'd want to look it all up first before I told you that for sure.
But your price for such service, it's as I understand, it's kind of a bit expensive. Yeah, I heard you mentioned 5,500 or something.
Yeah. Yep.
5,500 includes what? The just your service to fill out the all of 3 applications, right?
That's it. It's 5,500 per person. Now we'd give you a deal if we were doing 3 of them, but yeah, it's 5,500 a person. That's to be your lawyer from the time we start until the time you get your green card.
I see. It includes everything. If necessary, present during the time of the interview, etc.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have an interview for sure. Mm-hmm.
I see. Thank you.
Thanks,
That's
Roman.
Mhm.
Bye, buddy. That was a tough question. Good stuff. Let's say hi to Mehdi. Hi, Mehdi.
Hey there, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Just 1 minute. I'm just gonna rearrange my stuff. So I filed. I've been to your live chat before. We talked about because I filed I-120 for the fiancé visa. I currently right now I've been documentary qualified. It says on the CA web for portal, and I want to know like how long does it take to schedule how long does it take to schedule for the K1 visa, because because in my case it's in U.S. Embassy in Casablanca, Morocco.
So it can be a while for sure. It could be. When did you get documentary qualified?
I got document qualified on 11th of October, 2022.
Oh yeah, it'll probably be a couple months for sure.
Okay, and should we how how they notify you if you're gonna have an interview? You need to schedule it on the website, on the portal, or you just have to wait for the interview letter? Because I know for a fact there's like a portal when you schedule an interview, and I want to know does the embassy only have to schedule it on the website, or you have to wait for the interview letter?
It depends. It changes embassy by embassy. I'm not sure exactly how they do it in Morocco. Some you can get on the website and schedule it. Some they'll let you know when you should go ahead and schedule. I would go ahead and try to schedule it if you can.
Okay, no, yeah, because I go every day on the website, and it always says that there's currently no appointment available. So
Yeah.
I don't know, like, is it like, do you have to wait, or just we have to like keep going on the website every day and check if there's an interview available?
Both.
Okay. And another question. Just a quick question. I mean, I'm applying for a same sex, because we are a same sex couple, and I want to know, like, does the embassy of Morocco value age gap, or really scrutinize age gap relationship higher for a same sex couple, or just like they scrutinize it both?
What's the age difference?
26.
Yeah, that's a lot for same sex or not. And how long have you known each other?
For 2 years.
And how many times has your fiance been to Morocco to see?
3 times, and we're planning for the 4th.
Have either of you been married before?
Nope, never.
Okay, so that's good. 26 is a lot. We've gotten that approved. We've gotten that approved before. Now, you know that embassy in Morocco is notoriously bad. They're gonna treat you harshly, like you just are getting married to get a green card, and they're not gonna like your case for lots of reasons. One is they'll give you trouble for being gay, and then they'll give you trouble for trying to trick. Well, they'll try to trick you. They'll try to get you to say, why are you taking advantage of this old man? You want him to, I assume he's older than you. Yeah. So we've had that on the same sex side, and we've had that on the same sex side in other predominantly Muslim countries, not in Morocco. We've also had it in Morocco for heterosexual couples, and they're not nice.
Wow. Okay. So we just have to,
I mean, put it this way. They're going to assume this is fake. They're going to assume that you are only doing this so that you can get to America, that you don't give a crap about your fiance, and that this is all you tricking him.
So we just have to prepare a lot of relationship proof to prove the opposite.
I would say that, but I think mostly, Mehdi, it's going to come down to how you answer. You're going to win or lose based on how you do at that embassy interview.
And well, I'm sure like the most people like to just give them like to 221G administrative process. Oh, you're just gonna get stuck in administrative processing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
I've sued that embassy many times. The one thing I will say is we haven't been suing them as much lately, so maybe things are getting a little better there. I don't know, but as far as how often, we've seen, like, I've heard more stories of the officers, and I guess in Morocco they also have these like lay people who aren't actually officers who work there, like they're not full officers, but they're like Moroccan men, and they are not nice.
I assume, yeah. I thought so. I thought that's what's going on there. So I just have to embrace myself and just prepare for the worst case scenario, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay, and I just have to like mentally prepare and provide like as much evidence as I can. Even though I mean we've been he visited me 3 times, and he's gonna visit like soon on January. I thought that will be pretty much helpful, and that will be like completely. Though I wouldn't say definitive, but I hope I thought that will be like as a concrete proof that it's not like a fake marriage. I mean fake relationship. But as he said, they can be tricky.
And four visits is good. That's good.
Okay, so yeah, that's at least like.
How did you meet in the first place?
We went on a gay dating app.
Mm.
Since you know how things in Morocco, and with being like being gay and stuff like that. So the only way we met in a dating app.
Okay. And would I guess, how early in the communications did he know that you weren't in America?
As early as I met him, like because I remember, we first met on September 2020, and then he decided to see me on March 2021. So
okay, that's good. And then when did you guys start talking about immigration options? That's something they're going to ask you about a lot.
We start talking. Like after 5 months, like after knowing each other, like trying to know each other pretty well. And after 5 months, we start talking like how we're gonna make things work. How are you gonna how are gonna kind of bring it to you and to live with me. And yeah, that was like after 5 months, like literally three months before he visited me. Until we looked and we researched how is it possible for someone who's like in a Muslim country to make it possible to bring someone who's the same sex. So that was like sorry.
Why do you want to marry him?
Because he's pretty much compatible. We have a lot of common points. We are compatible mentally, and there's a lot of things I have in common with him. Religion. We both atheists. We both like this kind of same songs. There's a lot of common. There's a lot of commonalities between me and him.
And
there's a lot of good. There's a lot more things I can say, like the things that we watch, the things that we play. We both like same games that we play. We both enjoy the same movies that we watch.
But Mehdi, why do you want to marry him?
Because I felt a spark when I saw him, and I found he's a truly the one above everything.
I'm not trying to make it hard. It's
I know. Yeah, I know. You're trying to simulate. Like how they're gonna do it.
No, It's because I love him. That's why. Because I love him. That's why.
Yeah, I want to because I want to say I love him, but that's like gonna be simple. I thought maybe I should maybe clarify.
I'd start with it.
Mhm.
We'll call it. You just gave me a great video idea. You know what it's gonna be? A love sandwich. Love sandwich. So love sandwich is. I start off my answer with love. Then I talk about there's an old poem. It was like, "Oh, how I love thee. Let me count the ways." So love, then count the ways I love him, and then love again. Right? Now you don't want to go. You don't want to go crazy and like, "Oh, my heart goes like this." You don't want to do.
Yeah,
any
no,
of that
like
stuff, right?
like you're not gonna make it. Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah,
if I'm any kind of immigration officer and I ask someone why you want to marry this guy, and he starts telling me, well, we're both atheists and we like the same games, I'm like, there's lots of atheist people that play games. Why him?
Well, yeah, you definitely have to nail one thing that's like a deal breaker for an officer that could understand why you love him. But again, there's a lot of officers who can that will have different ideas about how do you love or how like what do you want him, I guess.
Yeah, and you got there at the end when you said that spark. I like that spark answer. So
yeah, because I felt like there's a spark between me and him. So I said yeah, that's the one. That's I mean, above everything that I found him, and I just like truly love him. Yeah.
Well, I hope it goes well. I hope you get your interview soon. If not, let me know. Okay.
Okay, and just one very simple question: do you let's say if it took like a couple 6 months, 6, 7, 8 months, do you think this lawsuit would help, or do you advise against it?
When did USCIS approve the I-129F?
It approved on August 5th, 2022.
So if not by September next year, then we'll sue.
Oh, so it's not by September. Okay.
All right.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you very much.
Mehdi. Good luck, my friend.
You too.
See you, bud. All right, that was Mehdi. That damn embassy in Morocco, man, I've sued those bastards probably 100 times. They're my favorite one to sue. Hopefully they've turned things around with a new ambassador or something, but man, that place. Woo! Happy to report that it's 1-0. 1-0. The United States has scored against Wales. Now, my good friend Stuart is from Wales, so I can't celebrate too much, but it is 1-0. I have the United States winning their first 2 games, so we'll see what happens. If anyone wants to know who I picked, everybody go ahead and guess. Go ahead and guess who I picked to win I almost said the Stanley Cup, the World Cup, and I will let you know. Leave us a comment. Let us know who you think I picked, and then I'll tell you in a little bit. Let's say hi to Curtis. Hi, Curtis.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. First off, thanks for all you do. I think you have the best show out there for information. So awesome. I'm calling in reference to an I-130 case. My wife came here on a K-1 visa back in 2019, and I had a stepchild, or I have a stepchild, who was part of that petition, and he was a K-2. For various reasons, just us getting, sort of set up in America and kind of wanting to, I was in the process of buying a house when my wife came here, and we just decided, you know what, we'll wait a little bit. It's still active for a little while. We'll bring him later on. Not a good idea.
Nope.
His grandmother, let's wait till he's 10. She was kind of selfish in that regard. Let's keep him here. Okay, no problem. So the thing timed out. Well, then you got to file an I-130.
Yep.
Well, so we did that. Now here we are. That was, and I want to make sure.
Who filed the I-130? I guess you did. Yeah.
I did. Yes.
Has she received her green card yet?
She's in between her 2-year and her 10-year. And that's
okay, great.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to make sure I have my dates right. So the receive date was June 5th of 21, and it was approved September 8th of 21.
So that's pretty good.
So the problem is it's stuck in Portsmouth, New Hampshire in NVC. That's the biggest problem. And I'm trying to figure out, we have a baby on the way now. And my wife is putting a lot of extra added stress on her, and she's like, I really wish my son was here for this, and I do too. And we both feel guilty that we didn't bring him when we should have. Mm-hmm. I've written so many requests for expedite letters to them, explaining the situation every week, and they send back the same little letter constantly. And I send another one, and I send another one, and I'm like, screw them, I'm just going to send it every day. And they send the same one. in the same one. So then I go to the congressman, and they get their little low-level intern. Oh, here's, we'll check on it for you. They give you the same answer. So I'm thinking, writ of mandamus with a baby on the way, $5,500. Should we do it? I don't know, but I'm thinking, is that the only way to get them moving with this? Like his grandmother who's raising him is like ailing, not well. My wife's cousins are trying to watch the child. It's like, it's not a good situation and he needs to be here with his family, and I'm like,
what embassy is it?
Manila.
Oh yeah. Lawsuit's not going to work.
No.
Yeah. That was a big mistake not bringing him, especially, of all the places, Manila is the worst. So I think all you're doing is waiting.
So we're okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks for that. We're going to go visit him in July twice, probably in January and once more in July, and just try to explain to a 10-year-old that he can't be with his family,
I'd say if you don't have something by April or May, then maybe we could sue, but not until then.
April or May. Okay. Well, thanks for your time, Jim.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Curtis. All right. Nobody has guessed the country I picked, not even Hooli. All right. Let's say hi to Benjamin. Hi, Benjamin.
How you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. Real quick. I came here through the border so when I got here, they paroled me in. So when they paroled me in, I applied for asylum. I applied in the court. I applied immediately. They returned it that I have to wait till I get a notice to appear. So I got a lawyer here in Seattle who went to USCIS, who went ICE to ask for notice to appear. ICE said that they will call me after 3 days. After 3 days, they said they will not give me notice to appear. I should apply affirmatively. And I've already applied affirmatively. USCIS said that I have to apply when I have a notice to appear. Now, my lawyer filed again affirmatively since the ICE said that they are not going to give me notice to appear because I'm not a priority case that they are not giving me. So what should I do? I'm a bit confused. And at the moment, I got Australian working visa.
You got what? An Australian working visa?
I got a 2-year Australia working visa.
Why are you in such a hurry? Why are you in such a hurry?
Well, I said what happened was because I couldn't because of the circumstances, I couldn't go to the embassy physically. Australia, everything is online. So
forget Australia. Why are you in such a hurry on your asylum case?
Yeah, why? I'm a bit depressed about it. They have not acknowledged my receipt, so I don't know. This is 6 months now.
Yeah, well, just get your work card and wait. I don't know why you're in such a hurry to have your asylum case decided. What if they deny it? Why are you in such a hurry?
Well, because I just want a process. I just want a process, an initial process to begin. But I don't know.
Why? But why? If you fear going back home and you went to all this effort to come across the border, and you're this close to being able to apply for a work card, why not just apply for the work card and start living your life?
Actually, I feel because I never thought of living in a place without a status, I never planned that for myself,
Yeah.
Okay. In this case, why do I say that they will not give me notice to appear?
I don't know. Because the immigration courts are backlogged and they're trying to clear off as many cases as they can. There is actually an answer to my question that you haven't given yet. And I wasn't testing you or anything, but I just thought of it. Okay. The one reason why you might actually want to have your asylum case go now is that it'd probably be better to have it decided under Biden than Trump if Trump gets reelected or DeSantis gets reelected. That's the one reason, but even you didn't say that. So I don't want to give you other reasons to worry, right? I think you're just chilling, man. Just chill.
I don't want to, you know why I don't want to chill?
Why?
I am trying to be very reserved about the politics because I don't know what will happen in 2024, but I don't want to criticize that. So I find out that in 2024, if it happens to be Republican, things are going to be very horrible,
I think that's right.
Especially for those in our category because, so I don't know.
Well, you can't make them give you an NTA. Does your attorney do a lot of deportation?
I didn't understand.
Does your attorney, like if I were you and
Yeah.
I wanted to get an NTA, what I would do is I would, which immigration court? Seattle?
Yeah.
I would find the lawyer in Seattle who does the most deportation. Whoever does the most deportation, that means that they are talking to the ICE attorneys every single day.
Yeah.
And they're down there on Monday, they're down there on Tuesday, they're down there on Wednesday. So you talk to them on Tuesday, they go down there on Wednesday and they say, hey, to the person literally across the aisle at the other desk, hey, Mary, I got this guy, Benjamin. He's killing me. He's driving me nuts. He won't stop asking for this goddamn NTA. Can you just issue him an NTA and see what they say? That's what, and I don't know, you might have a great attorney who's very connected to the immigration, the deportation attorneys, but that's what I would do if you really said that you want to do that.
You know, because we've gone there 3 times, you try as much as possible. Although it's a very, but I don't know, and I'm thinking of changing the firm. You know, because the reason is that when you seek for clarification, it takes them hundreds of days to respond to you, and you are not doing it for me for free.
The lawyer,
you know? Yeah, my attorney.
I mean, it sounds like you're not happy with your lawyer, but if you call, I mean, I don't do deportation, but if you called my office and said, I got to get my NTA and my lawyer's taking too long, I'd say, I don't want Benjamin as an attorney. He's going to be a total pain in the ass, driving me crazy for this NTA when he should just chill and get his EAD and start living his life in America.
Yeah, start living my life in America without me not knowing my faith, not knowing what I'm, you know,
But that's what happens when you come into a country and ask for asylum. It's not, I mean, you know, I hate those guys and I think they're slow as shit, but there's a reasonableness to it too. And I mean, it's complicated. What you're trying to pull off is really complicated.
Yeah, because, okay.
All right.
All right. Now, regarding my Australian visa, what do I do with it?
I don't know. What the hell? I don't know anything about asylum, about Australian law.
Yeah, but I would
say that it ain't going to help your asylum case.
It can help.
It's not going to help. If they think you have some other route to get some kind of status in Australia, then that makes it easier to deny your asylum case.
Oh, because I was already here when the visa was granted already. I was already here.
I know, but if I'm an asylum officer and I'm like, boy, this is a close call on Benjamin. Do I give him asylum or not? And then I'm like, oh, but you know what? If I don't give him asylum, he'll go back to the immigration court, and he even has this visa he told me about that he could go work in Australia. So I'm just going to deny it. It's certainly, there's no way that it helps. There's no way that it helps your American case. If you want to have another option in your back pocket, you can, but that hurts asylum.
Okay, I want to ask again, why do they take my passport?
Because you entered the country and asked for asylum. They're not going to just let you have that hanging around. I got to go. Thanks, Benjamin.
All right.
Bye, buddy. See ya. That was fun. The ladies had a lot of comments about old Benjamin. All right, let's say hi to Baba. What's up, Baba? You're on mute, Baba.
Oh, okay. Hi, Jim.
How are you?
I'm very, very fine. Thanks for picking me up. So I have just some couple of questions. I have a court case, traffic court case coming up in 28th of this month, and I really want to know how bad can a traffic ticket court case. I actually pushed it 2 months so that until I speak to you to really get your answer. Okay. How bad can a traffic court case affect my I-751?
That's a great question. Oh, 751, it's not going to affect it at all. So one problem I always have with traffic is traffic can be, I changed lanes without signaling. Traffic can be, I killed someone drunk driving. So can you be a little more specific of where we fall?
Yes. 2 reasons why I actually pushed my case forward, because they offered me a deal. I said, no, I don't want. I want to speak to Jim in my mind. And because the police officer was a bit, he wasn't straightforward. When he stopped me, he said I was doing 90. He said I was doing. He said I was over the highway speed limit, which was 70. So he gave me a ticket for that. Then he took it back. So he took it back and he said, no, wait. You are in the traffic zone. So you were doing, your speeding was in the traffic zone. So he took the one he gave me and he gave me another one for the traffic zone. So when I got to the court and I told the lawyer that wanted to offer me a deal, I said, why would he do that? How do I even know if I was doing, if I was overspeeding, you know? So there was a bit of a discrepancies with that. And then I wanted to be sure if I take the deal, if it will affect my immigration. So it's overspeeding into, you know, it's just overspeeding.
So a traffic, are you saying the traffic zone is worse than just speeding over 70 or better than?
Yes. It's worse over, I mean, the fine is a bit higher. They wanted to place me into a Division 1 misdemeanor. Then when I told them what happened, they said, okay, fine. They will remove it from Division 1 misdemeanor, that it would just be a normal traffic ticket, but I will still have to do like a 6 months, that within the space of a 6 months, if I don't go over any other traffic or offense, they will cancel it. I said cancel it or it will fall off totally. They say it won't fall off, but they will cancel it. You know,
So
but I want it to fall off totally because I don't think you know I was being treated fairly. And I wanted to ask you,
what state is this?
Illinois. It was in, I used to live in Indiana, but I was traveling to Bloomington.
So like on 55 there?
Yes, exactly.
So here, and you, as of right now, when you say I talked to the lawyer, you mean you talked to the prosecutor, right?
Yes.
So I want you to hire a traffic lawyer in Bloomington. That's what I want to happen. I want you, I want,
okay.
This is not going to, I mean, you could pay the fine of whatever they've given you and you probably get your 751. I don't think it's, I've never had someone's 751 get screwed up by a traffic matter. Never. It will screw up your citizenship because you have to show 3 or 5 years of good moral character, and probation or whatever will affect that. Now, you know, just so we're all on the same page, when you apply for citizenship, when they say, have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained, you'll have to say yes to cited, even if it goes away, right? You know that, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, you can't, just because it goes away doesn't mean you don't have to disclose it anymore. You still got cited.
Okay.
But I want you to get, if you really think that you were treated unfairly and you really think that they're being a little bit aggressive to you, and to me it sounds like they are, then you definitely want to talk to a traffic lawyer in the county where your ticket is. Was it Highway Patrol or was it county?
I think it was a county.
Yeah, so you want to find a traffic lawyer in Bloomington or whatever county it is to get them to get the best deal possible. You'll probably pay $400, $500, but it's better to get it cleared off your record as much as you can. It's money well spent, both for your insurance and for your immigration.
Exactly, for the insurance. Yes, that's another. Okay. I will do that. Then one last question quickly. If I go through a divorce, can I file immediately? Because when I spoke to Daniel about some few months ago, he said when the divorce is over, I can call. Is it immediately, or I need to wait till my 2 years expire?
So what's the start date on the green card, the 2-year green card? What's the start date?
Yes, May 2021.
So in answer to your question, yes, if you get divorced, you can apply early. You don't have to wait for the full 2 years. We generally oftentimes suggest that people still do. We don't want to highlight the fact that you've been married less than the full 2 years. So unless you have a really strong case, lots of good evidence, then we're probably going to recommend that you wait a little longer. I wouldn't do it like the next day. That just seems sort of shady. I would wait a few months and closer to that 2-year anniversary.
Okay. That's just what I want to know. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Baba.
Yeah.
All right. Well, a couple people got it. Juli first. Of course, I picked Argentina. That's where our whole team is. Of course, I picked Argentina. I wouldn't pick any place else. I have the United States winning. I have Argentina beating Brazil. I think Brazil's overrated. And I also, I'm probably getting some mad people. I did want to vote for Ghana and Morocco because I love those countries so much. But I had to, it was hard picking, and I wanted to I didn't bet on it, but pick the US. But I think Argentina is where it's at. And I know my team will be super happy if Argentina wins. So that's who I'm rooting for. All right. We will see everybody tomorrow. Juli, what time's our show tomorrow? 1 o'clock. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hey, listen, I know I say this all the time, but it really would be a big help if you could take just 60 seconds, if you found this show valuable, while you're watching the game, if you take 60 seconds and go to reviewhackinglaw.com, leave us a 5-star review, just leave a comment or two about how we've been able to help you or help other people. I know that we asked this, but you'd be surprised. Most people don't do it. But if you could take just 30 seconds, leave us a review, we'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.